Hello friends, I am actually back in front of these flowers. As you notice, it's all gone. And that's how life is. You're young, you're beautiful, as I have demonstrated in the last videos where the flower was blooming. Now it's dried, and that is how the cycle of life is. I wish like people in the world to take note of that, because that's how it was. Life is. I remember when I first came to America, I was a young man, and here I'm sitting like after so many years, right in Richmond Hill, Queens. That's where I stopped on my first time when I came to America. Now, at that time in Richmond Hill, it didn't have so many Guyanese then. On Liberty, for instance, you had like 3 grocery stores, West Indian: JB, N&R, and Oscar. Those were the only West Indian stores at that time. And over the years, the whole area has changed. More and more Guyanese moving into the area. So it has become like a little Guyana. So growing up here in America wasn't easy at the start. I mean, I'm speaking in perspective now of the different communities you have here, like the Muslim community, the Hindu community. It wasn't easy. For instance, like there was hardly any much mosque or temples. Now there's like many mosques and temples around the area. Now one mosque I actually remember coming into in 1985 was the Alabdin Mosque, which is actually was a house. And you had many guys from Canal number 2 Polo like Joe, Bardo, Walter. These guys were all from Canal. My brother, Saleh. These guys were actually active in this small masjid that was there in the house. Now that masjid has grown, the community has grown, and eventually that house was broken down and was rebuilt. And it became into a structure there for many years. Now when that thing was going up, me and my brother and cousins and things used to go there work on the weekends to help build it. Actually, it wasn't like now you had to get like special like permits to work on these places. It was easier for volunteers to be working. And that masjid has been actually been knocked down, and they are actually rebuilding it into a 3-story concrete building. And when that building finishes, it's going to be one of the biggest mosques in Queens. Actually, it has been going on there for like, the building has been going on for over 5 years, but most of the structure is actually complete right now, and they're actually closing up the roof. And once the windows are put in, once the building is sealed up from like rain, also then you could start working on the inside. But inside they are working actually, from I understand from my brother, who is actually in charge of the project, the construction part on a daily aspect. He and brother Zamir, according to what I heard from him, is that they're doing the framing of the inside, putting up those runners to hold the sheetrock and and they're actually putting up the duct work and probably starting with the plumbing soon, like the sprinkler system and everything. So the masjid is going very at full speed at the moment. So when that masjid is finished, it's gonna be, I would tell you, one of the biggest masjid in the area. But I hope to take a tour in there one day, like to see what they're doing. But you have to get special permits to go in there to do that. So I'm just talking from what I have learned. Now, if people donate money, they could actually finish this masjid within a year. But because of the COVID-19, a lot of people are out of work, and although New York is open up right now, many businesses are not actually up to 100%. It's just like barely movements. It's just some stores, but it's not really taking off as yet. So I hope by next month, July, things are gonna start to improve here. So living in Richmond Hill, Queens here has been, as I have seen over the years, more and more Guyanese moving into the area. I actually gonna do a little history of the area one time in my videos, like to show you the different developments. Like for instance, in the Muslim community at that time, it was very hard to get halal meat. It was very difficult. So now it's very easily available. Um, as I said, like mosques and temples, there are many right now. So the community has grown, and so has the different buildings around the area. Now, with respect to the Guyana elections, I hope that they could resolve that very soon in a CCJ. You know, there are one set of people who want to hold on to power, although they know they didn't win the election. I'm trying all means to stay there. As we say, by hook or crook, they just want to hang in power. And every time they throw some bricks or rocks or to impede the democracy, it is being torn down slowly. So I hope in the end, like how these flowers have withered away, same thing's gonna happen to them. They'll be gone, it'll be just history. Because that's how life is. You cannot hold back progress. Progress has to continue, and the legitimate guys need to be sworn in eventually. It may take a while, but that's gonna happen. That's my prediction. So with these few words here today, I would say life is a journey. It starts out and it ends. Politicians the same. It starts out and it ends. Nothing lasts forever. Look at when Bornum was there. We all thought that the guy is gonna be there forever, but he didn't. Chedi Jagan is gone. Walter Roddy is gone. Everybody has their period of time and in life, and so that's how it is. Not of 20 years from now, most of these guys won't be around. Even myself probably mightn't be around. So that's how life is. With these few words, I would like to say time out.